They charged me with home invasion, kidnap, attempted murder on a police officer, burglary, gun allegations, gang allegations. They surrounded the place and tried to send a dog in or whatever. I shot the dog. I got shot at 17, so I was pronounced dead for 1 minute 36 seconds. I woke up in the ICU. I don't have anything to hide. I don't care what people think or how they feel. I don't care what people think. It's what I think, what my kids and my mom think. Well, I had a police scanner, so I knew that they was coming. So
that's fucking crazy.
Structured, organized. Don't tell me nothing. Y'all don't know what I done been through. So just let me live, and everybody gonna be all right.
What led you to the 12-year bid? What's the lead up to that?
Oh my God. So I'm treading lightly so I won't be heard, but yet understood.
So you mentioned that when you got a YA, you weren't thinking about like positivity. But what I'm tripping out about, like after everything you said, getting stabbed and all that, you didn't have fear like coming back? You just went out like...
No, not really, because I'm a part of something called structure, and part of my constitution, you bow down to no pair lungs. So, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm a vanguard, so whatever happens, it happens. So I'm not. We gotta die someday. So
I hear you.
So this happened in YA, where you got into that philosophy. So getting out, did you ever think like, fuck it, I'm gonna go to college, I'm gonna go to school or get a job? That wasn't even. You're like, I'm gonna get it.
When I went to YA, I didn't even really know how to read and write. I learned how to Spanish. I speak Spanish like 60% Spanish. I speak. I know about probably 400 words in Swahili. I know stuff. I got GED. I got a degree in business management at 8 days. I got all that in prison though. So
Yep. So
I wrote 5 books.
You wrote 5 books?
Yes,
okay, we'll definitely get into that.
Damn.
Shit. So getting out of YA, you're like, fuck it. You jump right into the mix immediately, basically, right? So what happens when you get into the mix? When you start knowing that, you know what, the only outcome is a pen or not YA anymore. So when did you kind of like that start taking place?
Well, YA does something to a person. Whoever designed a prison, the cells, the way how they got you living in a bathroom. It's like they treat you like you an animal. They feed you through tray slots, and it's like you got little windows and the bunks. I don't sleep on mattress. I sleep on a bunk. And it does something to you. Like it turns you into an animal. It's like with all the violence, it's nothing but violence. All around. Every time you come out, it's violence. It's race riots. Crip and blood riots. But mostly race riots. So that's why I learned everything I really know is from YA. So YTS.
So you just came out super aggressive. You're like,
yes,
not
when
even.
I went in, I was scared. I was already building my way up from juvenile hall to I've been a placement. Then to YA and build it up. So I was already in the streets.
Okay.
Already got shot. Already done shot people. Already done did things I wasn't supposed to be doing. That I can't speak on. But I was already in the game. So
So at that point you don't go to the pen. You're catching what county lids or something like that.
I never had no county lids. All terms and cases.
Okay.
What are county lids?
County lid is you probably catch a gun case, they give you county lid, you can do
like
a
year
months.
flat, basically,
a
a
year
couple
flat,
months.
you do like 4 or 5 months. Depends if it's crowded or not.
Down just like that. That's what they go based
All
on.
in the
Yeah,
county.
pretty
That's
much.
crazy.
Men's Central, Twin Towers, Wayside.
Shit, sometimes they'll give you a year and you'll do what, fucking 3 months, 2 months out of
2
that?
days.
2 days
Depends
even.
on
Yeah,
the
depends on
economy. So
Yeah. Shit, so you didn't experience any of that. You go what, straight to fighting a big ass case right after? Essentially?
yes, in the county jail, I mostly went for guns and burglaries and doing stuff. But while I was in there, caught a couple
In-house?
GBIs
Something?
with weapons
Okay.
and stuff like that. People that
GBI's
my
being
whole life, yeah. GBI, great bodily injury, or SBI, serious bodily injury. They been to the dungeon. That's in Supermax. It's crazy.
I guess what got you there first, though? So, what got you into the county jail? What incident is like?
My first time,
Yeah.
the county, attempted murder.
Oh, way.
So that wasn't even like, goddamn, you went straight into it. Like, that's a big ass case to be fighting.
Yeah, I got
You know.
shot at 17, so, I was pronounced dead for 1 minute, 36 seconds. I woke up in the ICU.
What?
A doctor named, a white lady named Jennifer Lane. I woke up, she said, I don't know what you got going on in your life, she said, but you got angels watching over you. So she said, God got something in store for you, so you need to change your ways. And once I healed up, I went back up there a few months later, and I gave her some candy and some roses, so... she saved my life. All the other doctors gave up on me. I was pronounced dead, and she kept fighting, and she revived me. Jennifer Lane. So if you're watching this, thank you.
Yeah,
I owe you.
100%.
So.
Shout out to Jennifer Lane.
For real, Jennifer.
Man.
Wait, you were how old when that happened?
17.
So, that was before you went to YA.
Yes.
Wow. And so then after that, you said you had got out. You're on parole. Question about parole, real quick. Was that helpful for you at all, being on parole when you got out? Like, did you feel
Well,
like
two different kind of paroles. You got regular parole and you got high risk parole. I'm on high risk parole. I always had high risk parole because of my cases. High risk parole, you do anything, you hang around with gang members, you go right back. So I'm treading lightly so I won't be heard, but yet understood.
I hear you.
Yeah. Shit. Well, okay, so I guess we can jump into what led you to the 12-year bid. What's the lead up to that?
Oh my God!
And again, just go as far as you.
I robbed a celebrity. I'm not going to say his name, but I broke in his house, and the safe had a tracking device on it, and
No way.
a certain I took the case, and I went 4 years, and I just turned that into my co-defendant is on. He went to the street, so I took the case. So
Damn. Okay. So I kind of get where that's going. So whatever happens, you go hit a lick basically, or now what they call flocking or whatever.
Yes. I'm original.
Shit doesn't go too well. Safe. I never heard that in my life. That's crazy. A tracking
Pick
thing
locks,
and a
safes,
safe.
everything. Alarm deactivators, glass cutters. I do it all. I used to work at a locksmith, so I learned all.
So you learned
the
all the
locks.
damn.
Yes,
That's
yes.
crazy.
Did you do that on purpose?
I did that so I can get money.
I was gonna say, you got to be
What?
very bright to fucking say, you know what, I'm gonna go learn a trade basically.
That's
to be able to, make your hustle even that much.
I was a professional. thief.
Professional.
So you did have a job though. Like
My job was
but
stealing.
The purpose of the job wasn't to
Shit.
actually make a living. It was to rob.
To make it better at his profession, which
My
was,
only
that's
objective-
insane.
My only objective was to take care of my family. That's why, make sure my family is, I took care of everyone else's needs before I even took care of my own, So now it's time to take care of me and my babies, So worry about myself now, I got too much going on in my life, so. And everybody putting all these limitations and restrictions on my, don't tell me nothing. Y'all don't know what I done been through, so just let me live and everybody gonna be all right.
Yeah,
I'm not out here
100%.
hurting people, robbing. I haven't did nothing wrong since I've been out, and I'm not going to do anything wrong. So I've been going on job interviews, going to church, going to Knoxbury Forum with my kids and going to bowling alleys, doing stuff I never did before.
It's crazy. That's
Real
nice,
life
man.
stuff.
Taking pictures, TikTok videos with my daughters, let them, all three of them, let them whoop me, and then put it on their Instagram. Your daddy been a bad dad, spank me, So, I don't have anything to hide, I don't care what people think or how they feel. I don't care what people think. It's what I think, what my kids and my mom think. So,
100%.
I don't care. So,
I have a question real quick. When did the tat start coming to play?
98. First tattoo was my mom's name right here, Audrey.
Gotcha.
Gave him a $5 rock. Then my dad named Lolo right here, R.I.P. From there, all kind of different hoods and
it just
different
kept going,
gangs
huh?
and stuff whacked out. So
And your head tats and stuff. When did that play?
on the last term, about 7 years ago.
Shit. So take us,
Yeah,
if you can, take us to the day that you got busted.
Well,
Did they raid your house? Did they?
Well, I robbed someone. Well, my wife bailed me out. I met her. She sold her car. I was met her for 2 weeks. She sold her car, bailed me out for $13,000. So I felt I owed her the obligation. So
Shit, shout out to
engaged,
wifey, yeah.
Got her engaged, married her, and the Robson one for $100,000. Bought her a car. We went to San Bernardino, and she bought her a Charger, 2006 Charger, and I seen my lick, you know. And I went back the next day, and I got caught. You know, saved about $250,000 in the safe. I didn't know that the money was in the safe at the time, you know. But I did a pictures motion. A pictures motion, and that's when your lawyer, you file a pictures motion. They tell you the contents of what's in the safe. You know, saltwater pearls, princess cut, box cut diamonds, coins from the 1700s. You know, stuff like that, and like almost about 200 and some change cash.
Damn.
So how didn't you know what was in the safe? Because they caught you at the scene or leaving or something?
No, you know, we was leaving. It was Super Bowl Sunday, 2011, February 6th. You know, it was, you know, we seen them. You know, we leave and went in there, disabled the alarm. You know, and picked the lock, went in there. You know, we just got the safe, went out. By the time we was coming out, he was coming. You know, so
damn.
Had to, you know.
What was it, like the movies? A bunch of fucking squad cars waiting for you or something?
He you know, I had a police scanner, so I knew that they was coming. So
Oh no.
That's fucking crazy.
Structured, organized. So I knew that it was coming. So we came out, you know, hopped in my car, you know, and tried to put the safe in the trunk in high speed chase. Left one car. It was an undercover cop in a Porsche. And I had a Monte Carlo. I was driving. Co-defendant told me to slow down. I tried to turn. I hit a pole and I crashed. Airbag, all the jewelry flying everywhere. And engine fell off the hood, and you know, foot pursuit, and you know, and I seen him wrestling with a pig, and you know, and I, you know, ran over there and did what I had to do. You know. Hit
So
the
you
pig
get fuck.
You know, and my co-defendant, you know, whoever he is, got away, and I got caught. So didn't say a word either.
So your code D got away that same day, huh?
Yeah.
That's love. You basically took it for him, for somebody to get away, basically.
He didn't do nothing. I did it. So
That's right.
He ain't got nothing to do with it. I took it. So
Damn. Okay. So
if they had to do it again, I'd do it again. So
that's fucking crazy. That's deep.
What were your thoughts? I mean, when, like, were you thinking at all when you was running? Like, were you having flashes like, fuck, this is it?
I was already out on 3 different bails. I'm already out on high-risk parole. My wife kept bailing me out and stuff. I'm living lick to lick, you know, hundreds of thousands, and buying party buses and jewelry and fast cars and looking out for everybody and just, you know, just living lick to, you know, it's like when you don't work, when you work for your money, you spend it wisely. When you steal and you don't care. You have to respect money. If you don't respect money, you're not gonna have money. You know, if you respect money, you cherish it. You're gonna have it for a long time. I didn't respect money, but I respect it now. No.
I like that. So they had caught you, got you cuffed up, got you in a squad car. No thoughts are going through.
No, actually. Pig, I went over there, hit him a couple times. I blacked out, and other pigs start coming. I, you know, try to jump a fence, and you know, and it's like in my head, I'm thinking I'm fighting all kind of celebrity burglaries, you know, and I had a gun, so it's like they're gonna have to kill me, you know. So I went and I took if people tried to run in the garage, people was home. I didn't know they was home, so they charged me with home invasion, kidnap, attempted murder on a police officer, burglary, gun allegations, gang allegations, stuff like that. So they surrounded the place and, you know, tried to send a dog in or whatever. I shot the dog, and I thought they was going to. I was ready to die.
Bro, this story is
You
fucking
shot the
crazy.
dog, bro.
Yes. And I got the paperwork to prove it. So
Well, how many counts is that?
counts. Well, that was in San Bernardino. I went to West Valley Detention Center, Unit 4. I did a speedy trial. When you do a speedy trial, they got 10 days to give you arraignment, and for some reason and had a paid lawyer. All we got Patrick Mahoney from the James E. Blatt law firm. You know, he's Robert Shapiro cousin or something like that. He took my case, and they lost my case. You know, so they had to dismiss a lot of it. So I took 6 years. You know, 4 years for the case and 2 years for the gang allegations. You know, and I beat the attempted murder on a police officer, the home invasion. You know, they dropped it because they lost my case. You know, there's rules and regulations and guidelines that the courts have to abide by, and they didn't do that.
So did somebody put you up on game about the speedy trial? Because that's a very fucking smart thing to do.
I know the law.
Good. So that's basically giving your opposition not enough time to be able to get their case together. So he's basically said, I don't care about none of that. Take me to trial, and they have to. They basically have to present everything they have, scrambling out of their pockets. And if just
After arraignment, you go to preliminary hearing. From there, it's trial. So if you got a speedy trial from your arraignment, they got to, within, I think it was 30 days.
That's fast.
Something like our 10 days, 30 days. I didn't go to court for like 2 months, so they threw a lot of that stuff out. I was looking at 155 years to life. So.
Damn. What happened when they told you that? Like, what were you thinking?
I cried. Called my mom. I didn't talk to my mama, so cried. Wife came out there, visited me, pregnant with my daughter. My daughter was 2 months in her stomach, so it's like I just felt like I thought I was never going to come home. And even then, once I left there, I went to reception. Something happened, and I had a GBI with a weapon. Went to Tehachapi SHU. Got out. From there, I went to a level 3 CMC. Convinced my wife to bring in marijuana. For a while, she got caught bringing it in. I stood up in court, took the case. From there, I went to the hole, and from there, it's been all level 4 180s. So from level 4 180s, I kept catching, people that hurt innocent kids, women. I got paperwork, that charges that I had, GBIs with weapons, shoot term, 4 with 80, 4 with 86, stuff like that. So
how many points did you have? That sounds like a whole shit ton of
points.
Jesus, that's a real level 4.
Level 3 is 59 and under.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Because
60 and up is level 4.
Okay, yeah, we touched on that last podcast,
Yeah.
so check that out, y'all. But
180 is the highest level you can reach, maximum state prison.
That's
Only
lot.
1% is going home. So people, they don't.
Only 1%
fight.
Go home.
Yeah, like 1 or 2%. Damn. All lifers. So
Yeah, you can imagine all the dudes with heavy sentences, they get sent up because it's
no
maximum.
fist fights. No fist fights. Probably only seen about 10 fist fights.
You talked about like your family seeing, your daughter. Well, it's not seeing your daughter, but your girl being pregnant and stuff like that. Kind of walk us through those feelings, because a lot of these cats, I mean, they'll see these, their family and stuff, but they won't take advantage of it, or they don't think about really the big picture. So I want to hear your thoughts when you would see like your pregnant girl, or you saw your family, like what was going through.
Well, my wife stayed in Carson at the time. She had to go drive all the way to San Bernardino every week to see me, put money on my books, packages, money on the phone. She never denied me for anything, so I'm obligated. So it's my wife and I love her, so did everything for me. So
that's what's up.
I put her through a lot. So put my
Still wife today?
Yes.
Damn, that's a blessing.
Damn.
Can we get we need a clap for that one.
Yeah,
Cheers for that. That's crazy.
I respect that, man. For
hell
real.
yeah.
I respect that a lot.
So you ended up getting initially 6 years, you said.
Yeah, 4 for the crime and 2 for the gang allegations.
Okay, so now you're past reception. Some shit happens. You end up in Tehachapi SHU,
Yes,
or just
4A, building 2, group yard for the Bloods, building 6. Playing handball with my homies and stuff like that. From there,
and at this
I've
point,
been every SHU except for Pelican Bay.
Damn.
Been every level 4 except for Pelican Bay. So
That's
every
some
level
shit.
3 except for Chuckawalla and another one. But I've been every one. Never been to level 2 or level 1, just level 3s and all level 4 180s. No 270s, all 180s. All up the coast.
What was like being affiliated, going to this transition, going to those level 4s, like being affiliated, like I'm sure you were really deep in that.
I'm a part of a prison gang, so it's like I'm a bulletproof vest for Bloods. So if something happened with my homies and I'm not there when the doors open, I'm obligated to do what I got to do. That's why I've been catching time and sex offenders hitting the yard and raping innocent women and kids, and I'm getting them off the yard. So, and I got paperwork up front to prove it. So
I hear you. Yeah, that's intense. I mean, level 4 stuff is one thing, but then you mentioned earlier like being in the dungeon or something like that.
that's Supermax and Wayside. It's It's a real dark. It's lonely
Straight
down there.
dungeon,
They turn the lights
concrete.
out. Oh man, it's no lights. It's dark. The hallway dark. If you're on your door, they're gonna give you extra time. They feed you juke ball. You don't eat regular food. They give you bread and carrots and beans and the dog. It's dog food. I wouldn't even feed it to my dog. It's a dungeon. You flush your toilet next door. The boo boo gonna come up next. It's
Damn,
nasty.
what? Sounds like you were living in the
It's called the
1700s,
dungeon.
man.
It's the dungeon.
That was
I've
during
been
those
there-
sentences.
Yes,
That was in between.
I've been there about 8 or 9 times. Supermax. Yeah.
And what gets you in there? It's like just
You know, enemies. You know, enemies.
And it could also be shit. You just the cop
Right,
just
yeah.
whatever you're
No,
wearing. You got extra laundry. They don't care. It just depends how they wake up. But definitely, it's
You
if
go
you're
for extra
active,
laundry,
yeah.
Pruno, stuff like that.
extra
knives.
laundry.
Yeah.
What you mean by
Fights.
extra laundry?
If you got when they do a laundry sweep and you got extra laundry, they'll send you to the hole for that.
Like an extra
Yeah.
shirt.
Yeah. You're only if they say you're only
Extra
supposed to
towel,
have
extra
2,
sock,
you're
yeah.
supposed to have 2. You know.
Yeah. I've been to the hole before, extra laundry before. Yeah.
That's
So it's
wild,
from the
bro.
highest things, from having having whatever, a blade, or having anything, or getting into it, or from, like I said, having an extra pair of socks, or fucking.
I don't use a blade. When you blade a person, you devalue a man. You don't hit a man with a blade. You hit him with a knife. You devalue a man when you hit him with a razor. I hit people with a razor before, but you got to answer up to that when you go certain places.
So where'd you get that? So that's schooling right there, and I'm familiar with it a little bit, right? From wherever, from my folks or whatever. Did you get that schooling once you touched the hole up there?